Okay, this lesson we're going to be working on moving from E minor to D. Now the chord of E minor is 0, 2, 2, and 0, 0, 0. Now I'm using fingers in these two middle fingers, or you can use fingers 1 and 2. It doesn't really matter. That obviously depends where you've got to go. Sometimes people like to, from the E minor to the D, they would use them two fingers, or sometimes they would use those two middle ones. So it's personal preference. So what we need to do is get used to the chords of E minor and D. So we've got our E minor. Now the D chord is the second fret with your second finger of string 1, and then the third fret of string 2 with your third finger, and the second fret of string 3 with your first finger. And you play from the D string. Now you can play from the A string, because that note that you're playing with your first finger is an A. So you can get away with playing the open A string. This gives it a bit more beef to the chord. But don't touch that string, because it sounds like this. It doesn't sound right. So if you can't get your thumb, you see my thumb just touching there. If you cannot get your thumb to go there, then I would suggest you just try and support your hand somehow. There's no good having your hand waving around and trying to, because you'll accidentally hit that. So you've got to try and support your hand, so you're just moving just like that. So you're moving from there. If you don't want to touch the A string, just go from the D string. And try not to scrape, because I'm using a really floppy plectrum at the moment. Just go from the D string and just give it a little brush. Just like that. So going from the E minor, you can count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, of course, you can play every count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That second one is obviously a lot more tricky if you're not used to the chord changes. The easiest way, if you're not used to the chord changes, is to play the chord on 1, then stop it ringing, but keep counting to 4. So when you get back to 1, you're all ready to play the D, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the way that I would suggest you start, is to stop the chord ringing. 3, 4. So that will enable you to get used to the chord changes. It's just a little tiny shift from there to there. You'll soon get used to it. You will, honestly, you will. It's just that movement, or if, as I say, if you want to use those two. So after a little while, after you get used to the strumming of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, then obviously try and do the chords so they're open. So you get 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So they keep ringing all the way through. You're not stopping them. Then, of course, then move on to strumming every count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then when you get good at that, then you can do the up and down. So you'll get